What if the biggest myth in relationship advice is that you really just need to focus your attention on getting this one person, and when you find them, then you're going to be completely fulfilled? And I don't want to negate the fact that a lot of people meet the one and their life is far more fulfilled. However, I think that we speak less about the fulfillment of deep friendships and community. And for me, as the intimacy oracle, it's really important for me to bring in my vision of community friendships that are deep and powerful, and that when you are living with a community, not necessarily in the same house, although that's another level, in the same village, in the same area, but just having friends that you can actually have real deep conversations, that you're empowering and supporting each other. How amazing this is, and how left out of the conversation it tends to be. And I really believe for myself that I love having friends. And just yesterday, I was looking at my text messages and realizing that in one day, I had had some form of meaningful interaction with somewhere around 10 people. And some of those are really close ones, like my sisters, or all the way down to just someone that we really love and care about each other, and we're just checking in. I felt such a sense of gratitude, and I felt that real desire to promote that friendships are so important, and that many of us are looking for the one. Again, go for it. Absolutely. Most of us want some kind of divine union partners. And I just want to suggest and embody that a lot of fulfillment can come from deep, soul-aligned, heart-centered friendships and community. And when we are so focused on finding the one, we miss some of the magic of friendship and how beautiful it is to have someone who's thinking of you, who is sending you a message, who's sending you a voice note, who's telling you about something that they're going through in their life. These kinds of relationships, we shouldn't underestimate how much we need these as well. And I want to say that there are people that need this less. There are people that just really want to find that one person, and they're pretty stoked. I just think that a lot of people want more than that. And a lot of people are struggling to get all of their needs met with one person because they're not supposed to. Our relationships with one partner is more held up, uplifted, and supported, met. When we see one person as our foundation for everything, there tends to be a lot of work. And not to say that if you are in community, then it's also not a lot of work. And community itself is a lot of work. So I really want to say all of it is work and different energies that we have to then do the work with. But there is a certain healing, I think, when we are creating more deep communities. And I think it's the way that we need to move forward in the world. that community is sort of like the lost art of living. It's the lost path of living with people that care about each other, that your good is also my good, that we're taking care of each other, that we all feel taken care of. And so in the past, we were all living in communities. And then we came into this place where now we're supposed to either be living on our own. So there's the portion of the country that's living on their own. And it's a lot of people. I live on my own, and I'm very blessed to have a lot of community. But something that I am calling in is the right community, the soul aligned community. That feels like my next step because I've lived a lot in community. And when it's aligned with me, it's really beautiful. And so my desire is to live in community, but it can't be any community. I'm not just going and looking for a community. I am living on my own right now, and I am happy on my own. And I'm also doing a lot of inner work on my own. So I think that the people who are living on their own, it is an opportunity to do a tremendous amount of work on yourself. When you are the one, you're going to get to see and have to see all of your stuff. And that's beautiful. And in a monogamous relationship, people live together. That can also be incredibly powerful vehicle for transformation. But I want to talk about our roots being in community when we lived and it was a whole village. And I'm not saying that there can still be divine unions in a village, deep partnerships in a village, of course. But it just means that we have people surrounding us, rooting for us in our lives. And that this is so healing to create that. This would be so healing for me, is to live in community with people that we are soul aligned, we are co-creators together, and we're supporting each other's visions and missions. We're aligned in that way. And that could be a romantic partner, and that could be a community, but this is my dream. And where we can speak our truth into the world, where our visions are seen. In the community, we're working on everybody speaking their truth and it aligned with each other, and getting to see and be and feel each other in a way that maybe we have never, having to express the hard stuff. Exactly like a monogamous relationship. And I want to say this doesn't have to be living together either. This can just be your friends are great people to practice with when you get upset, when you have something to share, sharing it, expressing yourself, and being supported by more people than just your one significant other. So I watch some of these romantic shows, and I see the way that a lot of people really want that one person who's going to meet all their needs. And then when that person can't, they're just devastated. It creates this sort of very deep codependency when we're expecting just one person to meet our needs. And so there's a lot of conflict because in our world, in our society, we are taught that the most important thing is to find the one and then really experience that connection with this one person and not live in community. If you look at Indigenous people, they live in a community. I've been to the Amazon. I've seen these people. They live in a community. They all know each other. Everyone in the community, they're out in the middle of nowhere in the Amazon. And they also have then communities within communities. So there's like much greater community. And it's so beautiful. And we don't really have anything like this. You either have your family or you're one person or yourself. It's a lot to be able to make decisions and make things happen and move forward when we are relying on ourselves and relying on just one person. I really feel that society going into a place where the whole is thought about. This is so powerful. This is the way forward to create a world, is when everyone is blossoming together and uplifting and helping each other. But we live in such an individualized society that we're expected to do it all or meet one person. So it's being tempted also to see that anything outside of ourselves is going to be the answer to anything. And so that's why I always say, come back to yourself. And we need our self practices, our ability to stay centered in ourselves. Because when we're in relationships, I am a person who has a lot of friends, a lot of relationships. I'm so blessed. And I also have conflict. When you have a lot of people in your life, you have extra conflict as well. I had a huge conflict with a couple of my friends the last few months, and we're working through it and doing whatever we need to do to move forward in love and figure out what is in alignment in terms of our connection. So nothing is going to be escaping doing the work, whether we're on our own, whether we are with one partner, or whether we are in community. But being in community and being in that deeper place together is really one of my passions, one of my missions. It's one of the things that I'm embodying in this world. And what does that look like for me? I'm in the mystery. But I know that it's a part of my soul alignment here is to create that and envision that world. And sending all of you so many blessings as you really tune in to your soul and find out what is aligned for you and how you can do the work to be in the kind of relationship with yourself, with a partner, and with friends and family and the world that is nourishing for you and exciting for you and in alignment for you. Just letting you know that I offer private sessions, intimacy oracle sessions where I bring together somatic therapy, psychic readings, and astrology. I help people that are desperately longing for the one or constantly shutting down in intimacy.